Everyone says that they're not judgmental until you do something that triggers their unconscious judgment. The biggest judge of them all is religion. If you are living in fear of judgment, then you will always do what society wants you to do. I swear to God, this shit literally breaking out of a physical prison. It takes courage, resilience, strength, intelligence to break out of a prison cell. It's the same thing with escaping the mental and spiritual prison that society puts on you. Yo, peace and high vibes, y'all. It's your man with the mind that is too divine. The one and only DM9, back with another production. Right now, we on a voyage, nigga. We on a voyage from VA to GA. Going from VA to the A, you with me? Right now, I'm on my way to Atlanta. And, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I've been driving for like 3 hours. I just stopped in North Carolina. Bro, maybe it's just because of the towns I stopped in, but nigga, North Carolina just gives sundown-ish shits, bro. Sundown-ass areas. I'm gonna get into this video about judgment. Hopefully the wind in the back ain't too loud. If you new to the channel, my content is for people who are becoming their greatest versions, but also still like to enjoy life at the same time. You like to learn and you like to laugh, you with me? So with that being said, this video, right, this title, how a judgmental world creates a mental prison. So if you look at the thumbnail, it's a panel of judges, 3 judges, right? One of them is your friends, the other one is your family, and then the other one, the main judge, the head judge of society. And if you look at the text bubble of what your friends are saying, the judge is saying, I don't know why, but we judge you. And then if you look at what your family is saying, give him life in his head. And the head judge is the one that slams the gavel. So to break it all down, your friends, they genuinely don't know why, all right? At the end of it, they all are influenced by the head judge of society, right? But your friends, they don't know why. They love you, but they still judge you at the same time, right? They might think, oh, it's just all good-hearted, but they don't understand the depths of what they're doing when they judge you and when they have a certain perspective towards shit. Because everyone says, and this is a big thing, everyone says that they're not judgmental until you do something that triggers their unconscious judgment. Now they become so judgmental that they don't even realize what they're doing is judgmental. You feel me? So your friends, they'll judge you. Your family, they'll judge you. And when you confront them on it, when you call it out, they're going to say, I'm not judging you. I'm not being judgmental. But the entire time, they don't even realize it, but that's exactly what they was doing. Because it's so subconscious to them that consciously they don't even recognize it. So your family, they the ones saying give him life in his head, because when you look at it, friends, they honestly do come and go. You know what I'm saying? You will want them around for your whole life. God willing, you'll want them there as long as possible. But your family are the ones that are truly connected to you forever. Feel me? By blood, they are connected to you forever. So your family, they the one that give you that life sentence of saying give him life in his head. Because when you're living life based on the judgment of other people and not wanting to be criticized, not wanting to be ridiculed, not wanting to disappoint people like your family, all right, your entire life you are living in your head, right? And you're stuck behind these bars of anxiety, of judgment, of disappointment. You feel me? You're trapped behind these bars, and it's all a mental thing. There's nothing literally holding you back, but it's everything in your head that is holding you back. You know what I'm saying? So your family is the one that calls out that sentence, give him life in his head. And society is the one that slams the gavel, because ultimately everybody just succumbs to the overall ideology of society. So society is the one that slams the gavel and has the biggest influence on the other judges. But the biggest judge of them all is religion. You feel me? Because everybody lives their life. Let me not say everybody, but we are taught to live our lives based on when we die. Hopefully we didn't do some heinous things and we didn't sin too much to where we get our day of judgment in front of God and he chooses whether we go to hell or heaven. So everybody is living their life and making their decisions based off the judgment of what somebody preached to them, based in fear of that judgment, wanting to please somebody that you feel, or some being that you feel is going to judge your eternal fate. So everybody is living their life based off of this overall judgment. And I didn't put it in the thumbnail, but the biggest judge of them all is religion. Why? Because you see that panel of three judges, but did y'all also forget that the judgment of God is also present in the courtroom? You feel me? When you walk into court, what do you got to do? Yes, sir. Can you put your right hand on the Bible? And where's the left hand? I don't fucking know, goddammit. Put your left hand on the Bible, right hand in the air. Do you swear to God to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So help you God? Yes, sir, I do. All right. You know what I'm saying? So the judgment of God is present in the courtroom. And everybody is living their life in fear of this judgment. But the thing about that is it puts such a restraint on who you are and who you can be. Because if you are living in fear of judgment, then you will always do what society wants you to do. You will always do what somebody else told you is acceptable. All right, but you'll never actually do what pleases yourself. You feel me? You'll never really live a true, authentic life to who you actually are. You know what I'm saying? Everything you do will be based on the acceptance and approval of society, of your friends, of your family. That's no way to live your life. You'll be hesitant to do certain things, to say certain things, because you don't want to be called out.
All right, so as I was editing the first half of this motherfucker, I peeped that the first half of the video is L cameraman and shit, so I edited out like a good portion of it. So when we jump back in, what I was talking about was how I was talking to a 19-year-old the other day on a consultation, and he said that he felt like a failure just because he ain't have certain shit figured out in life. And I mentioned how when I joined the military, the only reason I did so was because I thought there was only two paths in life, either the workforce or the armed forces. So when we jump back in, I started talking about how society only gives you two choices in life. At least that's what they present to you, either join the military or get a job, get a 9-to-5.
When I was talking to that 19-year-old the other day, I was like, damn, bruh. Like all this pressure that they put on niggas to make something of themselves and have everything figured out by a certain age. Like, nigga, can I find my way? It's like, you know why though? It's like there's literally a path that's illuminated. And imagine you in the woods, right? Imagine you in the woods and there's 7 trails, right? There's 7 trails, and every trail looks a little confusing except for 2 of them. Both of those paths look straight, narrow, goddamn paved, you know what I'm saying? Every other path is some gravel and dirt. Them 2 Jones got asphalt and they paved like a motherfucker, slick. You know what I'm saying? You can still smell it because they just did it, you hear me? They got the little lights that you got on it, you feel me? It's all illuminated. This look like the path to go down. That's because that's a representation of the workforce or the armed forces. How society will tell you that, nigga, these are your 2 options. Pick one, nigga. Nah, fuck that. Don't turn around. Don't look at them other Jones. You're going to lose yourself. You're going to get lost as shit. You're going to get confused going down these other motherfuckers. Albeit, those are the roads to actual salvation. Those are the roads to actual freedom. Nigga, keep going down this way because this is what looks the best. Not even that it looks the best, but this is what we told you should do, nigga. If you start going the other way, once you start getting lost, once you start getting confused, once you start fucking up, you come back with all these scars and wounds and shit, nigga, all we gonna do is laugh at you. You start trying to go down the path of learning yourself and understanding yourself, nigga, you gonna be scrutinized like a motherfucker. But before the scrutinization, you gonna go through so much. You gonna make so many mistakes. You gonna go through so many hard lessons. Why? Because through them hard lessons, through those mistakes is how you learn to do something. And what are you learning to do? You're learning how to master yourself. You know how many people out here might have the money, they might have walked down this illuminated path, they might be stable, 770 credit score, not a single default, not a collection, not a single late payment on my credit history. God damn it. I've had my own everything since I was 19. Student loans are being paid off, all this shit, right? but miserable as hell on the inside. They might have all of that together, but in a spiritual and a mental aspect, they are in turmoil. They're running from things that they never even thought to heal. They might have certain talents and passions that they gave up on. Why? Because this was the easier path. Now let's take it back to the woods, right? Let's take it back to the woods. God damn, why is that so close to the fucking road? But once again, though, let's take it back to the woods. So you looking at these two paths, you know what I'm saying? You see some people in that area, in that vicinity, that's saying like, yeah, I done went down this path, bro. It's the right way to go, man. It's easy flowing. It's easy going. You know what I'm saying? If you go down this path, goddamn it, once you down this path, the military for 20 years, then you're gonna be very well taken care of, bro. You might as well just go down, man. I'm living cool. You look behind you. Them other paths, they look confusing. You contemplating if you really want to do that shit, but you still know that these other paths they just don't resonate with you. You know what I'm saying? You might be somebody who's real adventurous. You might really want to go down this path that leads to certain things where you don't know what's coming, where it's unknown. You feel me? You might want to go down that path. That might be what actually calls to you. Rather than what people tell you to do, your soul feels called to go somewhere else. Your soul feels called to go down this other trail. So you're like, yeah, you know what? I hear what you're saying. I see that this path looks very well taken care of. It seems very straight and structured and stable. But I'm adventurous, man. I want to experience something. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go about this way. Nigga, is that water? Ew. Oh my God, bro. Nigga, and this is what's really something to think about, nigga. At one point, I bet you this shit was clear. At some point in time, I bet you this shit was clear. Look at this shit. My ass said, ew. Grody. Nah, that shit look fucking disgusting. Nigga, RIP to any fish that's residing in that bitch. I said, nigga, is that water? Nigga, I thought that shit was dead grass from afar. Nigga, I thought that was a wheat field. That dirty ass water fucking threw me off, man. I forgot where I was at. Sorry, y'all. Guess we're gonna finish it at another time, god damn it. Oh, I remember where I was at. So yeah, you start going down the path that just is more adventurous. You want to explore. You want to just, you know what I'm saying? Your soul feels called to go down this way. And you start stepping on shit. A fucking tree branch falls on you. You get bit by a snake. Then you get stung by a scorpion. You walk into a spider web. You get chased down by a fucking bear. After you get chased down by a bear, you get chased down by a buck. Then you get ran into by a moose. All types of shit start happening down this path. Shit you would have never expected. But you done learned so much and you done overcame all of these things that you went through that you now learned how you're tougher than anybody else that was in that general vicinity that you started at. Because you endured so much and you're still going, you're still walking down this path, you're stronger. You're more durable than a lot of other motherfuckers now. You know more about yourself and what you can handle and what you enjoy than what other people can even think to say about themselves. If they walked a mile in your shoes, literally, if they walked a mile in your shoes down that trail, they would have already turned back around. They would have said, fuck it. Maybe because their soul is too weak to even do it. That could really be the thing. It's really all perspective at the end of the day. Society might look down on somebody who doesn't have all of their like finances and shit together. But if they know what it is that you went through and all the lessons that you learned, nigga, they would have been gave the fuck up. You feel me? They would have been gave up. As soon as their credit score would have started dropping, they would have gave up and caved in. Like, all right, you know what? Entrepreneurship ain't for me. Let me get back on this. As soon as mistake after mistake after mistake started happening, as soon as their bank account would have hit zero, they would have said, nah, you know what? I got to go the other way. I got to pivot. I can't do this no more. You got branches. You walking this trail. You going down the path. All right, y'all. So I don't know what the fuck happened, why it stopped recording. I was talking for probably another 20 or 25 minutes. And I checked my shit just to see how long it's been recording. It stopped fucking recording. But I'm like, fuck it, nigga. I'm coming back for seconds because I ate the fuck down On my soul, I ate the fuck down, nigga. So as I was saying, bruh, I was talking about the trail, right? So you walking down this trail because you had the strength to leave society's approval, to stop caring about what society has to say. You found other people while you was walking the trail, albeit they might not have started at the same point as you. They might have walked down a different path, but y'all paths have linked up. You feel me? Now this is what they call finding your tribe. Finding those people who are moving in the same direction as you. Finding those people who have the same intention as you in life, who have the same perspective as you. Right? Y'all now started walking down the same path to find your internal happiness, to find salvation. If you had stayed and did what society wanted you to do, you would have been around a whole bunch of people who probably didn't really accept you for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you did the same thing as them, now it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying, we approve of you, but they don't accept you for you. That's not the same thing. Once you have the strength to leave societal approval is when you find the acceptance of people who are actually for you. And it takes resilience. It takes resilience and will to walk down the path that to do what society does not approve of, to do what everybody says is wrong, to go against the general consensus. It takes strength and will, and it takes a fearlessness to do it. The same way it takes that fearlessness and courage to walk down that path where branches are falling on you, animals chasing you, getting bit, you coming out this motherfucker with all types of wounds and scars. The same way it takes a courage to keep going down that path is the same way it takes a courage to go down the path that is not suggested by society, that's not suggested by your family. Like, I think about it like this. The way I got out the military was by refusing the jab, right? So, mind you, at this time, if you don't already know, nigga, everybody in the military are sheep-minded, okay? As you can see by how everybody is uniform to each other, they're all doing the exact same thing. That is a perfect representation of what the military is. They all have the same mind, damn near. Like, they all do the same shit, essentially. So, everybody wound up getting the jab. Everybody wound up just taking it. And even though some people might have told themselves, bro, I don't want to get that jump, bro. I'm cool. I don't want to get that motherfucker. Once they started adding pressure, like, oh, you can't go to clubs. You can't go to these restaurants. You can't do X, Y, Z. Now, oh, you might get kicked out the military. Now everybody started folding. Even outside the military. If you can't get a job, you can't work, you can't go to school. That was enough pressure from society not approving of your decision to make you do what they wanted you to do, to make you do what they would approve of. You feel me? So while I was in the military, the way I got out was by refusing the jab, and I was probably 1 out of 4 or 5 people who had the courage to refuse the jab and say, nah, I'm not getting that shit, bro. And I was the only person on the entire base to get actually thrown out the military because of it. God willing, thank you to the universe and my ancestors for working on my side like that. Not everybody had that type of luck when it came to refusing the vaccine and being taken out. Like, that was my intention of it, and it actually worked. So while I was still in and before I was getting kicked out, people would ask me all the time, why are you refusing? Why aren't you getting it? You know what I'm saying? Looking at me side-eyed when I still have my mask on and everybody walking around without one. You feel me? That judgment and that disapproval from others. It did not faze me at all because I understood why they thought the way that they did, and I had no issue being the cast out. I had no issue being the 1 out of 1,000. It takes a fearlessness. It takes a resilience to have that type of mentality and stick through it. The same way it takes a resilience and a courage and a fearlessness to go down that path where you know you are going to get fucked up. So that's an example of how society and the people around me weren't agreeing. But even my friends, albeit because I put myself around genuine people, they still accepted my decision and they still rocked with me because of it, but they just didn't understand it. They was like, bro, it's just 1.5 years, bro. Like, just stick it out. It's not that bad. You got the coolest, the easiest job in the battalion, in the whole base, bro. Just stick it out, bro. It's only 1.5 years. I'm like, bro, nah, I'm not doing another year of this shit, nigga. I'm not doing another 6 months of this shit, nigga. Albeit they still wound up accepting the decision and like whatever. But nigga, They didn't approve of it either. They didn't understand it either. I was not letting the judgment or the disapproval of my friends stop me from making the decision that I wanted to make for myself. Let alone my family, nigga. Nigga, my family, my mom, my sister, my aunt, all of them questioned, why are you not getting it? Like, just get the jab. You're going to stay in this house and not be vaccinated? You're going to stay in this, like, why? Like, just get it. And I ain't going to hold you. I just, like, played the shit out of my mother. All right, I just, like, played the shit out of her. Albeit, at the time when I refused the jab, I didn't know it was my intuition and my soul telling me, bro, don't get that hoe. I just thought it was me saying, like, nigga, I don't want to get it anyway, so I'm going to just use it to get out. You with me? So I told my mom when I refused and it was official that I was getting out, they're like, yeah, I'm coming home. And look, I'm just refusing so I can get out. But when I get home, I promise I'll get it. All right, nigga, got home. Negatory, nigga. I am not getting that motherfucker. I am not getting that jump, bro. Because my intuition was telling me, bro, don't get that hoe, nigga. Don't get that hoe. Then I started learning more about it. I started learning more about society and the world and what that jab was really used for. I'm like, but nah, I'm not getting that hoe, man. And eventually she just wound up accepting it. Everybody wound up forgetting about it. But I was not gonna let the disapproval or the judgment, the disappointment, anything stop me or sway my decision making. Nigga, when I was in the military, bro, motherfuckers would genuinely ask me, like, they would try to play it like a cop be, like an undercover fed be, trying to get information from somebody. Niggas was like, not Derek, Garner. Niggas would be like, Garner, you don't gotta, like, nobody else is here. Like, just be honest, all right? Just be real, okay? Why are you refusing? You know, why don't you just get it? Like, I know we're in the military. We aren't supposed to talk political, or if it's something religious, you don't have to tell me. But, like, just be honest, all right? You know what I'm saying? You can trust me. Why aren't you getting it? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you getting it? And I would just be like, personal reasons. You hear me? Personal reasons. What, you gonna pry into personal reasons, nigga? So motherfuckers would deadass be on my ass about that shit, always questioning me about it. But nigga, fuck your questioning. I have my own answer. You don't. My answer doesn't need to make sense to you. But do you know the type of resilience and the fearlessness that it takes to actually carry that perspective? And for the people who walk down the other path, like, genuinely, bro, when I say they can't walk a mile in your shoes, bro, you have made yourself so much more durable than them, man. You have made yourself so much more durable. You can endure so much more. All right? Now, they might walk that path. God damn, I gotta sneeze. Shit. As I was saying, they might walk that path and they might have their credit, stability, all their own shit or whatever. But you walk your path, you have all these wounds and scars. And what you got to show for it, on the other hand, is spiritual resilience, mental resilience, knowledge of self. And you have the intrinsics of somebody who can go through a lot. You might not have a lot, but you have the intrinsics of somebody who can go through it. And somebody who has the intrinsics of somebody who can go through a lot, eventually they'll wind up having a lot. But with me refusing the jab to get out the military, that's just a perfect example of how I didn't let the judgment of my friends, nor my family, nor society and the people around me. I did not let their opinion, disapproval, their judgment sway my decision making in any way, shape, or form. Okay? I remember I was watching this one video on freedom in thought, or freedom of thought. And it was saying how if you was to go into a town, basically the point of this is to make your own decisions, make your own mistakes. It happens. So if you go into a town and you don't know the directions, would you rather somebody else tell you incorrect directions and you wind up lost because you listen to somebody else? Or would you rather take your own turns, take your own directions, and make your own mistakes and realize what it is? And then when you are lost, you realize, like, okay, at least I know how to get back to where I was. All right, I might not have gotten to where I was going, but all right, at least I, you know what I'm saying? I trusted myself enough to make my own decisions. You feel me? That's what that is a perfect representation of, is how I didn't let other people dictate my reality. I didn't let the opinion or approval of anybody else dictate how my life would have turned out. And then even when you want to take the prison aspect of it, the judgment aspect of it to an anxiety standpoint, let me make sure this is still recorded. Right, we good. So even when you want to take it to an anxiety standpoint and people with social anxiety, like me, I had social anxiety like a motherfucker, nigga. But I also used to be a very judgmental ass person at the same time. And it's kind of weird. Like, if you knew me back then, like in high school, I was a real free spirit. Be it on Snapchat or on Spam, on Finsta, I always had like a free spirit towards me where I would do what I wanted. But underneath it all, I was still worried about what people would think of me. And I was still curious and desiring the approval of others. Me, I used to be a very judgmental ass person. People would tell me, bro, Derek, why are you so judgmental? And I would just brush that shit off like, nigga, I'm not judgmental. You just a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I think I dead ass said that to my friend Tiana or some shit. And she used to call me mean or rude. I used to call her soft because of that shit. Like, bro, I'm not even all that, man. Just boss up, nigga. Toughen your skin up, nigga. Ice up, son.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
So that social anxiety, it used to really eat at me, bro. And when you have social anxiety, it's because, one, you're very judgmental of yourself, and it's because you're hyper fixated on the opinion of other people. You're hyper fixated on what other people are going to think of you and if you're being judged. But the only reason you're worried about other people judging you is because of how deeply you judge yourself. So I remember, bro, in freshman year, nigga, I remember my man's Malvin, like, when we would all go to the mall, right? We would all go to the mall every weekend, and because he was, like, I guess the ugliest of the group or whatever, niggas would make him go smack at all the Jones, right? Like, we would just be walking through and see a little Joan. He like, bro, Malvin, go smack, nigga, go smack at the Joan, right? And he just do it, right? All the courage in the world, and I commend him for it because he did it every time, right? All the courage in the world. He would go smack, get rejected, and then he would go smack, get rejected, and then we sitting there laughing, geeking, like, damn, bro, you just embarrassed the shit out yourself. Or the girl would say some wild ass shit. You know what I'm saying? They talking about what's the worst she can say. Nigga, how about ew? How about they react the way I saw that fucking muddy ass water, nigga? I said, ew. Nigga, one Joan real life saw him and was like, ew, no. What about your friend over there, though, the light-skinned one? Nigga, you know how demoralizing that would have been if it was me, nigga? I would have been like, oh my God, shawty just ripped my heart out. He real life had the courage to go through that shit every time, though, and we would be sitting there laughing or whatever. Meanwhile, I'll be sitting there laughing. But the junk they made him go smack at, I would actually want to go smack. You feel me? I would see junks walking through the mall, but I was too nervous to go smack myself. Because, nigga, I did not want to go smack, let alone go through that. Ew, no. What's the worst she can say? I don't know how she's going to see me. You know what I'm saying? Hyper fixated on what somebody else would think. And, nigga, my men see that shit. Now I'm the bed? Yeah, fuck no, nigga. I used to be anxious as shit in that regard. Or if you want to take it to, like, parties, nigga. Bro, I was watching the Shay Frost story earlier, right? And, nigga, he in Turks and Caicos right now, bro, living it the fuck up. I don't know who it was, but it was this one joint on his story throwing that motherfucker, right? Throwing that motherfucker, nigga. I'm telling you, that joint was moving, right? I saw that joint, and I don't know why, but I instantly thought to myself, I thought that was a cop car, but I instantly thought to myself, bro, I remember when I used to go to these parties, and, like, my first time going and shit, and girls would start twerking. Nigga, the nervousness, the anxiousness that would rush into my body, nigga. Like, I used to be a nervous wreck. Like, damn, I gotta grab that. I should grab that. Should I get behind that? It's all these niggas in the area. You know what I'm saying? You already know some girls, they gonna turn around, reject the nigga and shit. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, nigga, I don't want to grab the junk. She turn around, stop twerking, and then all the niggas see that shit, get the bit in my ass. I'm like, fuck, nigga, god damn, shorty. Why couldn't you just keep going? I thought you was feeling the beat. I was trying to feel you. You know what I mean? So I used to be nervous as shit to just even get behind a girl at a party and dance with a shorty because I ain't want to be rejected in front of everybody and be the bid. Once again, something I wanted to do. I wanted to make a decision. There was something I felt like doing. But because I was worried about what other people would think, it stopped me from doing it. You see what I'm saying? Or another example, football, bro, football. Like, and this is why I fuck with that one J. Cole song, '03 Adolescence. That don't speak to me so much. But when he's like, on the bench, because my lack of confidence won't let me fly. Nigga, when I heard that shit, I resonated so much because, like, nigga, during football, nigga, I love football. I always wanted to play. But I would be too nervous to go to the trainings, to go to the workouts, because I ain't want to fuck up and be embarrassed in front of everybody or not know something and like look stupid or some shit. So once again, I'm worried about what other people would think. So it's stopping me from doing something that I really wanted to do. So I would just work out and train on my own. You with me? Nigga, I got my technique right, boy. My coverage was like that. But nigga, it's a contact sport. It's a contact sport. So, nigga, you might not have cooked me in coverage, but you could damn sure lower the shoulder on my shit. My mother. Nigga, I was a fucking dummy out that bitch. Nigga, being on the field, Friday night lights, bleachers packed out, rivalry game or something. We was the hit school. We was the main school in the county. You know what I'm saying? So even though football wasn't our shit, we was still the it school. So Potomac had a game, nigga, everybody was gonna be there. Nigga, you know how nerve-wracking that shit was, being on the field, everybody watching, even though motherfuckers were just there to just, you know what I'm saying, look cool or whatever. Motherfuckers still watching the game, and I was too nervous to fuck up. I know that nigga in coverage, I'm not getting cooked. I know I got the ability to perform, but because I'm so in my head, I don't have the ability. You feel me? Because I'm so worried about what other people are thinking of me. I'm so worried about how I'm being perceived. So once again, I'm letting the opinion and perspective and judgment of other people stop me from doing what I want to do. Not only am I letting it stop me from doing what I want to do, but it's fucking up my performance to the point where I can't perform to the best of my ability. So yeah, bro, that's just a prime example of how judgment from other people and worrying about the approval of others can create a social anxiety that stops you from doing what you want to do and inhibits your ability to perform to the best of your ability. I swear to God, this shit's like literally breaking out of a physical prison. It takes courage, resilience, strength, intelligence to break out of a prison cell, to literally break out of a cell and never get caught again. Nigga, it takes resilience, courage, and intelligence to never get caught again, to plan your way out and to never get caught again. You know what I'm saying? Look at niggas like Ted Bundy and how the fuck he got away. This nigga was jumping out of second-story courthouses. You feel me? Jumping out the window of the second story of a courthouse. This nigga was shimmying through vents like fucking Zach and Cody. This nigga El Chapo was digging tunnels under the prison. And them motherfuckers went months without getting caught again. I think Ted Bundy went like a year or some shit without getting caught again, nigga. Do you know how fearless and courageous you have to be to even do that? How resilient you have to be to go about it and not get caught again. How intelligent you have to be to make an escape and actually get away for a duration of time. It's the same thing with escaping the mental and spiritual prison that society puts on you. To have the strength to never go back to conformity and doing what somebody tells you to do and doing what somebody approves of you doing, to go back to worrying about how you're being judged and perceived. It takes strength to run away from that because the pressure from society is so strong. But once you find yourself is when it's not even hard to resist it anymore, because then you really start to realize that everybody's thinking this way because somebody else does. All right, it's literally a herd mentality. And once you can separate from the herd, you won't be able to separate from the herd until you find yourself. All right, because until you find yourself, in your mind, you really just like everybody else in the herd. You feel me? You don't even realize that you're a black sheep. You don't even realize that you're a wolf in sheep clothing. You think you just a sheep. You don't even know that you can take this motherfucker off. So until you learn yourself, you will always be just like everyone else. You will always be doing things for the approval of other people. And so you don't get judged. You want to know another good example, and this is the last one I'll give, is people who put on an act and be somebody that they're not just so they can be accepted. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the military, I ain't gonna say the nigga name, but he was ashamed of being from the suburbs because he wanted, I don't know why, goddamn it. I don't know why you'd be ashamed of being from the suburbs, nigga. But this nigga, he was afraid of just saying that, like, yeah, nigga, I'm from the burbs, bruh. Yeah, I'm not from the downtown. Yeah, I'm not from the city. I'm from the suburbs, nigga. My parents were smart with their money and made good decisions. You know what I'm saying? Nigga was ashamed of saying that. Or other people, like, and this was the biggest thing, yo. At school, nigga, especially my school, Potomac, bruh, motherfuckers I knew in middle school, they went to Potomac, or they went to motherfuckers who just go to high school in general, become a completely different person, bro. Like, it's crazy. Whole personality do a 180. Niggas who start smoking because everybody else is. Girls who start hoeing because their friends are and everybody else is. Niggas who be fake ass hood niggas just to be accepted, or because everybody else is being a fake ass hood nigga. And everybody else is being a fake ass hood nigga because they see that's what everybody in the city is doing. They try and be like people from the city. Everybody just doing what they see everybody else doing. It's crazy. It's literally a fucking chain. And that be the saddest shit to me, man. That used to be the saddest shit. When I would see somebody being somebody that they're not, just to be accepted and approved by other people. Like, I'm looking at them like, bro, I know this ain't you, bro. You running with these niggas, bro, I know this ain't you. I'm like a fucking OG, nigga. I'm in my head acting like I'm they fucking OG, like I'm they unk, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I know this ain't you, man. Get your ass back in them books, nigga. Acting like I'm they fucking old head. But, bro, that's really the case, though, man. When you see niggas doing shit that's just completely out of alignment with who they are, niggas who started just taking perks because they see other people doing it. Like, bro, do you really want this person's approval? Do you really want these people's approval that much that you're willing to do all of this just to be accepted? Are you afraid? Are you really that afraid of what they'll think of you? It's literally like you're afraid of being yourself. When you live life in fear of judgment of other people, and you live life for the approval of others, you're literally afraid of yourself. You are afraid to show who you actually are. Not even to show who you actually are, but to be who you truly are. You're afraid to share your own opinions. You're afraid to be the odd one out, the one in the group of hood niggas or fake hood niggas that's not with all that shit, but these your men, so you still kick it with them. Then you realize that you don't even want to be with them no more because they not your people. You afraid to be the one person, you afraid to be the one girl out of all of them who's not hoeing. But then you realize that because you're not doing that you don't need to be around them. You afraid to be the one nigga out of 5 niggas who don't smoke their life away. And once you realize that they not for you, you get around them. But yeah, man, that's where I'll end this joint off at. Like this joint if you fucked with it, man. If you know I dropped some gems in this joint, if you resonated with anything I said, go ahead, like this hoe up. Comment if y'all got anything to say. Share this with a friend who you know needs to hear it. And subscribe if you fuck with me. We out.